Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a preview of Showrunner, the latest solo game of the month series game. And as always, I take no money, I just want to show you the game so you can make an informed decision about possibly backing it. But I should also mention that last month's solo game of the month, Stonefall, was my design with Peter Goosis. So I do have a connection to the company, although I have no financial stake or anything going on with this game. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So Showrunner is currently on GameFound. I think it has about another week to go or so. And this is, as you might imagine from the name, a game about running a show. You'll go through multiple seasons, and the idea is you're competing with another show in the same time slot, and you're fighting over viewership. You're trying to move viewers from their show to your show, also from these viewers who are on the fence. And if over the course of 6 seasons, you can either get every single viewer onto your show and none on theirs, or if you can move this little ratings marker all the way above the top to a theoretical +6, meaning your show is incredibly critically acclaimed, then you win that quote-unquote battle, and you can go on and try to fight against another show, learning from the previous show and kind of upgrading the deck you use for actions. And speaking of the deck, the player is going to have a deck of 15 cards, while the rival show is going to have 6 cards, usually 3 of one type, 2 of another, and 1 of another. And these will give you ways to manipulate and mitigate the viewers and other conditions to try to get things to go your way in the 3 phases of each season: the premiere, the main episodes of the season, and the finale. You can create your own shows, both for the rival and for yourself, but they have a bunch of preset ones that are pretty hilarious and obvious parodies of shows. So in this one, I'm going to be controlling Kingdoms of the Iron Crown, clearly a Game of Thrones reference, and I'm going to be going up against Adrift, which I guess is probably kind of like Lost. That's the best I can guess. Each of them has the trait cards that are used. For the player, they have 5 types, and you get 3 copies of each one and shuffle them into a 15-card deck. For the rival, they have, as I said, usually 3 and then 2 and then 1. So Adrift is thought-provoking, mysterious, and emotional, and Kingdoms of the Iron Crown is a power fantasy that's complicated, epic, dramatic, and intense. Once I've got those all set up, I don't need these cards anymore. I can just remind myself which shows they represent. I also have to pick my difficulty. They have daytime, late night, and prime time, each one getting more difficult in terms of what the rival will do. I'll show you an easier play here with daytime cards. I've taken 6 of them randomly to represent the 6 potential seasons we'll play through. And I'm going to use 1 each round to determine what the rival does with their actions. All right, then I get to draw my 5 action cards out of 15. I'm going to go through this deck once for the first 3 seasons, and again for the second 3 seasons, again 6 seasons total, 6 rounds. Although if at any time I completely take all of the viewership or get to, again, +6 ratings, then the game immediately ends, so I might not necessarily play all 6 rounds. All right, so here are the cards I played. I got 2 copies of Dramatic, 2 copies of Complicated, and 1 of Power Fantasy. Let me show you what's going on with these. So each card has a base action at the top, which means if you play this card during one of the phases, the premiere, the season, or the finale, it'll let you do what it says. Then each card also has an Amplify 1 and an Amplify 2. This means that if I play 1 or 2 more cards from my hand face down, not resolving any of their effects, I can amplify the power of the card I'm playing face up. And finally, each card has at the bottom a finale effect, which is what's used in the finale. Both the player and the rival get to use 1 effect during the finale, so you usually want to keep 1 card behind for that effect. Now, looking more specifically at what I've got, the Complicated card says is the base action. I can gain 1 casual viewer. These are temporary viewers that can help you win this season, but go away at the end of the season. I gain 1 casual viewer per played card without Amplify in this phase. So if I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff, like I played a dramatic scene, then I did a power fantasy scene, I'm making the show more complicated. That's kind of the theme of this one. And I can gain more casuals per card by discarding some extras. And finally, in the finale, usually you are taking viewers from the fence and moving them into your show for the next season. But if I save this Complicated card for my final finale play, then I don't really care if the rival wins the finale because I'm going to get to take some of the viewers from them anyway. Next is Power Fantasy. I only have 1 of these in my hand at the moment. Its base action is to gain 1 casual for every 3 viewers in the prior phase. So this, I guess, does nothing in the premiere, so it can only be played during the season. Interesting. Oh, never mind. The Amplify 2 effect would let it be played in the premiere. I would get +1 casual per 2 viewers in the next phase. Interesting. And then the finale effect says gain 2 fence viewers into phase 2 prior to resolving. Honestly, I don't know quite what that means. Maybe it means you're stealing the viewers from the fence before the finale is resolved. but phase 2 is already resolved, and you have to move your viewers around for the next round anyway. I'll be honest, there are some cards that I'm not quite sure about still, and the designer has been nice enough to answer questions, but there's enough confusing ones here that I hope they just do a big pass through the game before the end to really clarify what everything means. And finally, I've got 2 copies of Dramatic. The base action is to gather one viewer from another phase, so I can move them around because I'm going to place them initially before we resolve what the rival's doing. If I amplify it once, I can gather 2 more viewers, and if I amplify it another time, not only do I get to do that, but I get to gather 2 viewers from the fence, which is pretty powerful because usually those are people who are not watching either show. Or if I save it for the finale and win, I'll gain twice as many viewers from the fence as I would usually. That'll all make sense once we get in. So anyway, just to go kind of over things in general, I have the ability to add some casual viewers. I can move viewers. I can gain viewers based on viewers in other phases. Like if I put a bunch of people in one phase, I can pull them back into another phase. And I can plan to let the rival win the finale, or I can try to win the finale big. All right. And to look what the rival can do, because I want to be aware of their abilities, they're most likely going to do thought-provoking cards, because those are 3 out of their 6. And what they do with increasing power based on how many copies of the card are activated, for thought-provoking, which they have 3 of, they can move 1 viewer from the fence into phase 3, or 3 viewers, or half of the fence viewers, so they can just steal people from the fence and save them for the finale. Because the show is thought-provoking, you want to know what's going to happen. And their finale power, which is the most likely one they'll use, because again, it's 3 out of their 6 cards, is to move 2 of my viewers to the fence before they score. That hurts. Our Mysterious, they have 2 of. It says gain casuals 1 times the count of all fence viewers. Oh, so they get a bunch of temporary people based on the number of people in the fence without actually moving them. And the finale power is if phase 3 is lost, this is if the bot loses it, viewers gained may not be used during the following week. Oh man, so even if I got a bunch of people, they would limit my ability to do anything with them. Okay, and finally, Emotional, they only have 1 copy of this, so they'll only ever do the top. Gain casuals equal to 1 times the number of player viewers within the current phase. Oh my gosh. So if I hyperload something and they use this, they'll get a ton of extra people. And then if this is their finale card, which again is only a 1 in 6 chance, they will send 2 of my viewers in phase 3 to the fence. Oh, so wait, are these identical? Oh, no. Okay. I'm not quite sure why those are basically the same thing with some wording differences. I'm sure the designer can let me know what I'm missing there. But yeah, so they have a lot of ways to gain a ton of casual players. They like to mess with my people in the fence. All right, so what I do now before the round is actually resolved is I'm going to assign my currently 8 viewers into these phases. So I could put like all of them into phase 2 or put a few into each thing. Now I know I've got the ability to add casual viewers. I know I've got the ability with complicated to split the viewers 1 in phase 3. So yeah, actually I think I'm going to abandon phase 3 a bit. And maybe I'll start out with a bunch of people in phase 1. And then I can use Power Fantasy combined with Dramatic to get them into phase 2, and I can go really hard on these phases. We'll see how that goes. All right, so now we reveal the first slot card, again for daytime, the easiest difficulty. And the first thing we're looking at is this little ratio at the top, 2, 3, 1. And that indicates how the rival is going to assign their cube. So I take the 8 viewers they have now, I do 2 in phase 1, 3 in phase 2, 1 in phase 3, and then I keep on repeating that. So they've got 2 left, so they do 2 in phase 1 again. So here they're barely beating me in the finale, they're barely beating me in the main season, but they're losing the premiere at the moment. Then this next part is going to tell me which abilities are going to activate in each phase based on their locations. I can use these no signal things to remind me. So here they're using thought-provoking and 2 mysterious, but not the emotional and not the other 2 thought-provoking. And I can see they're going to do 2 thought-provoking in the season, and they're also going to do a thought-provoking to move some people to the fence in the finale, which would be totally fine if I don't have anybody there, which at the moment it seems like I won't. Okay, so now I get to resolve powers in any order. At some point, I have to resolve the bot's double mysterious, so I don't resolve each card, I just resolve one of them with the 2 effect, and they're 1 thought-provoking. I can also play as many cards as I want, but these are the 5 cards I have for the entire round, the entire season of the show, so I do want to save 1 for finale, and if I use like 3 in the premiere, I only have 1 in the season. All right, so what are they going to do? They're going to move 1 viewer from the fence into their phase 3 after this phase ends, and they're going to gain casual viewers, again, who are only for this round but then go away, equal to double the count of the fence viewers because there's 2 of those. So, If I steal all the fence viewers with a super dramatic play, I'll get to negate that mysterious entirely because, again, I get to resolve these in whatever order I want. So to steal the viewers from the fence, I need to play dramatic plus double amplify. That's pretty expensive. That's 3 out of my 5 cards, and I want to save 1 complicated for phase 3 regardless. And sorry, I should clarify what each phase is going to do. So after we've all done our actions, whoever won phase 1 has more viewers will get to take the difference. So like, let's say it was right now, I have 6 and they have 4. The difference is 2. I'm winning by 2. I will get to take that many of their viewers and put them on the fence. They weren't that engaged by the premiere of the show. They stopped watching. For phase 2, I look at the difference, and if I won, my rating goes up. If I lost, my rating goes down. And if I won by 3 or more, or lost by 3 or more, goes up or down by 2. So phase 1 is about getting viewers onto the fence. Phase 2 is about ratings. And then phase 3, like I already said, brings people from the fence into your show so you get to use them in the next round. So like right now, if we did the finale, they'd be winning by 1. So they'd have 9 viewers for the next round instead of 8 because they would have pulled some off the fence. It's kind of like the opposite of the premiere. There's also some optional phases. After phase 2, there will be a media blitz if the rival has 4 or fewer viewers, where they'll basically annoy everybody by doing tons of commercials. They'll get some viewers, but they'll actually give me ratings, make my rating get higher, so I'm closer to winning that way. And then at the end of the season, I can do a hype train and spend my ratings to gain viewers. So they have ways to mess with the ratings and viewers in a few ways. All right, so this might hurt me a lot in the end, but we'll try to do it. So I'm going to play dramatic, and I'm going to get rid of... I want to keep Tower Fantasy and Complicated, I think. So I'm playing both of those face down to make this an Amplify 3. Or sorry, an Amplify 2. So I gather 1 viewers from another phase, then I gather 2 more viewers from another phase. Unfortunately, it's the only one I can. I don't think these are optional, but maybe they're maze, because if they were, I would just leave that. Because what I really want is the Amplify 2. I also get to gather 2 viewers from the fence. So I now have 10 to 4. I'm crushing it. That's all I'm going to play for my cards. Now resolve their Mysterious 2, which says they gain twice the number of fence viewers as casual viewers. 0 times 2 is 0. So they don't care how mysterious your show is. Nobody's on the fence right now. And then thought-provoking, it says after this phase, they'll move 1 viewer from the fence into phase 3. But before that happens, this is way too much. I have 10 people here, and they have 4, so I won by 6. Now, the most I can move to the fence is the entirety of what they have. So all 4 of their guys will go to the fence. They have now lost half of their viewers, which does mean they're probably going to do a media blitz. That's not great. So now we go into phase 2, and this time they're going to just use 2 thought-provoking. Oh, that's right. I forgot to do their 1 thought-provoking. So it says move 1 viewer from the fence into phase 3 after this phase ends. So actually it ends up like that. Okay, so now we're fighting over ratings. So at the moment they're beating me 3-0, and they're about to get more people from the fence. Oh man, 3 viewers from the fence into phase 3? So I didn't really accomplish anything with this, did I? But right now I would also lose 2 ratings because I'm at 0-3. So if they're going to take everybody from the fence and there will be nobody to fight over in the finale anyway, I'm going to play a power fantasy with a complicated to amplify it once. So now I gain 1 casual per 2 viewers in the prior phase. So I had 10, which means I get 5 casuals. The big die represents 5. Each of the cubes would be 1. Again, this is a temporary person. They're just going to help me in this one season, but then they'll kind of fall off the show and not watch anymore. All right, I'll go and resolve theirs, but nothing happens until the end of the phase. So I've got 5-3. I'm winning by 2, which sadly is just shy of increasing my ratings twice. I just go up to a +1. Okay, and then they move 3 viewers, the double thought-provoking, from the fence into phase 3. That's definitely annoying. Okay, now they check if they want to do a media blitz. Does the rival have 4 or fewer viewers? Nope, they've got 8, the same as they started, so they do not do a media blitz. Then we go and do the finale. I have no cards left to play. They get to move 2 player viewers to the fence before scoring, but I don't have any player viewers here, so that's totally fine. I believe, again, this only affects people in this square and not anybody anywhere else. So they win by 5, which means they would have brought 5 from the fence to themselves, but there's nobody to bring. So these guys go away with the season over. They've got the exact same 8 they started with, but I've gone up to 10 from the people I grabbed from the fence. And I've got a 1 rating instead of a 0. So a slight win for our first season. Let's go ahead to season 2. So we discard these 5 cards, and we draw 5 more and reallocate. Oop, I've got the other 2 types of cards we didn't see yet. Let's look at them. I've got 2 Intense and 2 Epic. All right, so Intense, I get to discard other cards when I play this, and I gain 1 viewer from the fence per card discarded. If I amplify it once, I also gain +2 casuals per viewer gain from this. Oh, and if I amplify it twice, I can put them into any phase. Gives me a lot of flexibility. And interesting, the finale says I add casuals equal to the phase 1 rival viewers. So if they go super hard into phase 1, I could turn that around and smash them in the finale. Okay, and then epic, I've also got 2. As a base action, I can reduce an active rival's card tier level by 1. So like if they're activating 2 thought-provokings, I can make it 1, but I can't go down below 1 to 0. If I amplify it once, I can repeat that on a different rival card type. Although in the daytime difficulty, it's unlikely they'll get a double activation of 2 things at once. And yeah, if I amplify it twice, I can repeat it on a different, I don't even know how that would ever apply. They're never going to get a triple. Well, I guess if they were a 2-2-2, that'd be possible. And then the finale effect is +1 casual for each of your viewers in phase 3. So if I already have a lot in the finale, I get even more. And I got another dramatic to move people around. All right, so what do I want to do? I know that they're going to be able to grab people from the fence pretty easily now that I've seen their thought-provoking in action more. So hammering them in phase 1 is not necessarily going to do much. Unless I maybe ignore my season 2 stuff a bit. So what if I try that? Because again, you don't have to win by ratings. You can just win by getting rid of all their people. I don't know if that'll work out, but hey, let's try it. Okay, and for them, ooh, they're really good. Okay, this might work out for my plan. This might not. They're doing 1-3-1. So if they do 1-3-1, 1, and then the remaining 2. Wow, so they are really ignoring the premiere and the finale, which might work to my advantage. Okay, then for the premiere, ooh, they're only activating a mysterious and an emotional. Then they're going to go crazy on thought-provoking, which remember steals people from the fence. And I'll have just moved people from the fence with the premiere, so that's annoying. And then for their finale, they're going to do emotional, send 2 player viewers in phase 3 to the fence. Okay. Well, let's see what we want to do with this. So for the premiere, they're going to gain casual viewers equal to the fence viewer count, which is 0 at the moment. But then this one is just weirdly powerful. Like, I'm not quite sure what the design decision here is. Gain casual viewers equal to 1 times the player viewers in the current phase. So as the basic effect, they get as many viewers as my entire thing. So they just get 5 free temporary viewers. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the balance of that. It seems very strong for a 1 effect. Now, what can I do about that? I can't gather from another phase because that would just boost them even more. I mean, I could choose to activate their emotional first. I can't reduce the emotional more with the epic. In fact, the epic just do nothing at the moment. And the intense needs there to be people on the fence to gather them and also to get extra casuals. So yeah, there's kind of nothing I can do. Well, except I guess I could use dramatic after the emotional. All right. So for the emotional, they just get 5 free people, which again is kind of crazy, but so it goes, I guess. And I'll say I resolve their mysterious as well. They gain nobody because nobody's on the fence. All right, so the only way I could beat them would be if I use dramatic. I can gather 3 viewers by discarding another card. Okay. Let's, I don't need both these epics. Let's play dramatic with an epic so I can gather 3 from another phase. Gets me to 8 versus 7, so I get to send 1 of their people to the fence. Okay. But now for this, they're doing, yikes, 3 thought-provoking. Oh, wait a second. Okay, this is dumb. Look, so at level 1, they move 1 viewer from the fence into phase 3 after the phase ends. Level 2, they move 3 viewers from the fence into phase 3 after the phase ends. But at level 3, they move half the viewers rounded down after the phase ends, which means at the moment, they would get 0 instead of 1. So that literally doesn't bother me. Well, I could use Intense to grab one and get some casuals too. That would at least mean that I would lose fewer ratings. So sure, I'll keep my epic, or I could crush them with this. But actually, I'm realizing it doesn't even matter if I win the finale. Oh, no, it kind of does, because they're going to send 2 of my viewers to the fence. So I want to get them back at least. So sure, let's play Intense with an Amplify. Oh, but then I have to discard a card. Crud. So never mind, I'll just let it happen, I guess. Weird. What if I do Intense and discard the Epic? Lets me move just this 1 viewer here. I still lose by 3+. So my ratings do go down to -1, but I think that's okay because then we go into the finale. So I can add casual viewers equal to the phase 1 rival viewers, which is 6. So bam, what do you think about that? And then they're just doing the emotional one. So they send 2 of my viewers to the fence. I could actually choose to send the casual viewers because when a power says viewers, you can choose whether it's temporary or permanent ones. It doesn't discriminate. But it doesn't really matter because I'm winning 6-1. So I clearly get both these people over. So yeah, in the end, all the casual viewers go away. And I think I came out slightly more ahead, even though I lost ratings. They've got 7 now, and I've got 11. Yeah. Okay, now we go to the third season, which uses the last 5 of my cards. I got 2 more power fantasies, which gives me casual viewers based on other viewers. I've got complicated that likes more cards being played. I can reduce the rivals thing, and I can discard cards to gain more viewers. And yeah, I mean, I think I want to keep on crushing them, although they might just media blitz their stuff back. But sure, let's try it out. I mean, I do have a big number advantage here. So what if I do a bit more of a mixed strategy this time, and then I can try to use my powers to help me out if things go awry? Or actually, power fantasy is great if I have a ton in one thing. So let's do like 6-2-3 or 6-1-4. Let's try that. Okay, and we've got 2-2-1. So they've got 2-2-1-2. All right, good. I put some focus into the premiere. And they're going to start out with both of their mysterious. So great, it's multiplying by the fence viewers. There aren't any yet. Ha ha ha, you suck. What's their finale going to be? Move 2 player viewers to the fence before scoring. That's okay. And their season's going to be a little bit of everything. So yeah, that's all pretty all right. So I'm already winning by 2 here. Do I want to do anything else? I mean, I'll say I activate their mysterious for nothing because nobody's on the fence yet. I mean, power fantasy won't work because I'm in the current phase with the most people. Epic wouldn't do anything. I mean, I could play it to play it. Complicated could let me add more people, but that's just going to do a media blitz. Yeah, so honestly, I'm fine with just winning by 2 after they resolve their thing and playing none of my cards. I should let me go a lot bigger in another phase. And yeah, I win by 2. The 2 people go to the fence. Okay, now going into the season, they're doing a triple thought-provoking, which means, again, it's not as bad because of the triple. It's weird. I'll move half of the fence viewers into phase 3 after the phase ends. But I'm also losing a rating at the moment. I don't want that to happen. Let's see. I don't want to use Epic, because again, it would actually make the thought-provoking effect worse. I don't want to save Intense for my finale, because I would just add 2 casuals. Ooh, the Epic one is good. Place 1 casual per each viewer in phase 3. So I think I want to save that for the finale. Okay, but here, I think I can go pretty good with ratings. Let's do a power fantasy using complicated. So with Amplify 1, I get +1 casual per 2 viewers in the prior phase, which would be 3 casuals. So that puts me up by 2. So 1 more would give me the big win. Oh, and here, I've got the Intense. So I will do an Intense with an Amplify. So I gain 1 viewer. Oh, no, not with an Amplify. Discard the Intense to gain 1 viewer from the fence for card discarded. So that's me 5-3, so I'm winning by 3. Up by 2. Okay, and then, oh man, this is even worse than I thought. They get half the viewers on the fence rounded down, which is 0, into the rival viewers. So a level 3 got them nothing. Take that, thought-provoking. Okay, and then they are doing their emotional one to send 2 of my players to the fence. But before I do that, I'll use Epic to gain 1 casual for each of my viewers there. So that gets it up to 4, and then I'll send 1 of their people there. Or sorry, 2 of theirs for the emotional effect. So I win 5-1. So I get all of these people over here. The casuals go away, but I got them down to 5 viewers now. And my ratings went up, so that was great. So if I can get them to have 0 viewers at any point, then I immediately win. Although it's tough because they're going to media blitz after phase 2 and get people back by giving me ratings. Maybe I switch to a ratings win with that. But either way, we go into our 4th season and get our cards all shuffled in 5 again. Let's see what we got. We got an Epic, which we've seen is not that great. But the finale power is great, so I'll probably just save it for that. We've got 2 Intense for the discarding power. A power fantasy, we saw that was amazing. And complicated, I haven't really used much. So yeah, I mean, power fantasy seems like the way to go. I mean, 6 was pretty solid there. And then with that, we'll get so many casuals. So let's maybe, I don't know, do it kind of like that. Or no, I guess I do want to get 2 ratings to go with them, maybe hype training, or not hype training, media blitzing. So sure, let's try that out. Okay, and they're doing 3-2-1. Oh, wow, so they have nobody in the finale. They are doing triple thought-provoking first. Okay, now this one actually is annoying, because look, they're going to move half of the fence viewers into phase 3 after... Oh, wait, fence view... Oh, yeah. See, after the phase ends. This is super annoying for the premiere, because if I beat them by 3 like I am right now, those will all go into the fence. Oh, but then half round down. I guess only 1 will go into phase 3. So yeah, I mean, I don't need to play anything here, do I? That sounds great to me. Now, it does mean they're about to media blitz because they are losing by a lot. And what are they doing? Oh, they're doing triple thought-provoking again. So they'll move more people from the fence. No, I don't want that to happen. What lets me steal from the fence? Oh, intense lets me steal from the fence. And this is 1 viewer per card discarded. I mean, that's kind of all I need, right? 'Cause I'm already crushing them over here. So. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play intense. And I guess I'll just discard 2 cards. Well, I might as well boost it too. Why not? So it gets me 2 from the fence and plus 2 casuals per person discarded, their card discarded. Yeah, I mean, obviously I go up 2 ratings. It gets me to 3. But now they're going to be a little nastier because they do a media blitz. So they have 4 or fewer. There's at least 1 viewer on the fence. Aha, they don't get a media blitz if there's nobody on the fence. I forgot that's how that worked. If it had happened, they would have given me +1 rating and gotten 2 viewers from the fence into their broadcast. I think they said into phase 3. And then they keep going until nobody's on the fence or until they have more than 4 viewers. But yeah, here it doesn't help them at all. And they go into the finale. And this one is, oh wait, it's mysterious. Why did I think it was something else? So that means if phase 3 is lost, viewers gained may not be used during the following week. Oh, but it doesn't even matter because I'm not gaining any viewers from phase 3 because nobody is left there. That's funny. Okay, then I could use Hype Train to spend ratings to get viewers from the fence, but there aren't any. Yeah, I mean, I'm just dominating them, but again, this is on the easiest difficulty. But if I can get their last 3 viewers, or I can get my ratings up 3 more, I mean, it's only going to go 2 with the season. And you can't win from the media blitz. So even if they do a media blitz to give me +1 rating, I ignore it if I'm already at +5. Oh, by the way, sorry, I did have my epic card left. I could have added even more people there, but it didn't matter. We were crushing. Okay, so what do I have? I have another epic, a dramatic. Oh, I got 1 of everything. That's great for flexibility. So, I mean, the big thing is I just want to get rid of their last viewers. Like, if I get lucky and they have a 3 card here, they'll put them all there and I can just destroy them and win immediately. But then I'll do, like, 4 and 3. That seems like it'll be enough. Because they'll probably run out before they even get there. Oh, or they won't. It is a 1-1-1. Okay, and they're doing a double thought-provoking, which means if I send their 1 person to the fence, they will get them right back into phase 3. That's annoying. And they'll be mysterious, which is going to get them things equal to the fence viewers. Doesn't matter. And then next time they'll do thought-provoking and emotional. Oh, no, not emotional. Why is emotional so good, y'all? Well, that's okay. With power, fantasy, and dramatic, I can move people around and counter it. See, I don't really have to do much here. They're gaining nobody from mysterious. They're going to move this person into phase 3, whatever. I can't stop them. Okay, then going into phase 2, they're once again going to move people from the fence if there are any, but there shouldn't be. Okay, emotional, they gain 4 casual viewers. But then I say, so what? Because I got power fantasy. I'll discard, I don't know, my complicated to amplify it, and I get 1 casual per 2 viewers over here. So that gets me my own 4 blue, which means I win by 3 and gain 2 more ratings. I'm at 5. And there's still nobody on the fence. And also, I guess these count as viewers, so they're not going to do a media blitz. And I got to pick one of these. What are they doing for their finale? Oh, they're moving 2 player viewers to the fence before scoring. Oh, so maybe that's the difference. This one always happens after all the powers are resolved, but this one happens whenever you want in the finale. I don't know. It's kind of splitting hairs a bit. But I'll definitely use Epic again to gain 3 casuals. And then if they move 2 of mine before scoring, I'm still winning 4-2. So I get these 2, but they don't actually exist. So it doesn't matter. Dang, they're still at 3. But that's right. I'm 1 rating away from winning. All right. So yeah, I mean, all I care about is the rating here. I will immediately win then. So let's do like that. Sure. And I've got double dramatic, epic, complicated power fantasy. What are they doing? 1 and 2 and nobody in the finale. It ain't gonna be enough, y'all. And they got double thought-provoking. So once again, they're going to grab that guy back after I send him. That doesn't really matter. Oh, now here, this one is a little bit annoying. Because look, they're mysterious. We'll give them 2 people from the fence. And this one will give them 8 free casuals. Well, why the heck not? All right, we'll do that. Can I grab the person from the fence? I should be able to, right? Oh, no, I don't have any intense cards to do that. Well, whatever. I'll let them get casuals times 2. So you got 12 people trying to stop me from stealing all of the ratings. But whatever, I'll play dramatic double boosted. So I got to take 3 from another phase and 1 from the fence. That already gets me to 5, 10, 12. So I've tied them. Oh, wait. Before I do that, this is dumb. I'll do power fantasy, which lets me get 1 casual per 2 viewers in the prior phase. That'd be 3 casuals. Then I do the dramatic thing. So that should be enough, right? That's 5, 10, 12 to tie them, plus 3 more. Oh, that's right. I only needed 1 more rating. So I defeat Adrift And what would happen is I would get to pick one of their types, like thought-provoking, mysterious, or emotional. But I could add up to 3 copies of the player version of the card into my deck and then call up to 3 cards to kind of change and I guess learn from my opposing show is the idea. Like here, emotional would let me get amplify effects on a bunch of my other cards if I played them without needing to use as many cards. So it would be nice and efficient. All right, so there you go. That is the Showrunner prototype. And what do I think of this one? Well, I am a fan of TV shows. I was a film teacher for many years, but not TV specifically. But I mean, I've paid attention a lot to TV shows and watched, of course, a lot on my time. So I love the little parodies of the shows here. There are just a ton of these traits, so the play can be pretty different game to game. And I think there's a ton of emergent narrative to be had here. Now, I didn't do any of this in the play. If I was feeling a little bit less tired and more creative, I probably could have. But you could imagine what kind of episode are you doing that's both dramatic and a power fantasy? What kind of episode is Adrift doing that's super mysterious? Like, does a bear show up randomly, a polar bear, and nobody knows why? I think there's a lot of opportunity for emergent narrative and kind of creating your own story here. If you want to, the game is certainly giving you the tools to do so. I think also the way the difficulty modifiers work and just going to tougher slots where you have more enemy powers activating, that's very clean. And there's some interesting choices in how you play your cards and trying to manipulate everything. Those are the positives. Now, what are the things I'm concerned about? The things I hope they get to work on before the game goes to print, even though I know these solo game of the month games have a very quick turnaround. I know that intimately since I've been involved in one recently. Number 1, I want the powers to be clear. Right now, I feel like it's just kind of leaving too much up to interpretation. Like, how is thought-provoking supposed to be different from emotional? I kind of think I understand, but it doesn't seem very different. So a bit more clarity in the effects would be awesome, but that's probably going to happen, I imagine, with this being a prototype. I also think some balancing would be great, though, because I think emotional is crushingly difficult when it comes up, and it's hard to deal with because you don't know when they're going to activate it, so you don't want to put your viewers in any box because they might turn emotional on you. Whereas other ones are kind of weird. You saw thought-provoking is really kind of strong in 1 and 3, well, sometimes kind of strong, but then it's suddenly worse at 3 levels, so that's kind of weird. And other ones can maybe be shut down too easily or don't work mid to late game, like Mysterious. So yeah, sometimes the card effects are a little bit odd. And I would say even on the player side, Complicated is neat in how it works, in that the more cards you play, the more stuff you get. But with the action economy being what it is, I just don't see it being as consistently useful as something like Power Fantasy, which lets you get a ton of people with only 2 cards played if you just kind of front load one of your phases. And Dramatic can be really powerful. So I'm not sure that the player cards are properly balanced either, and that they're all going to be interesting and able to be used frequently. I mean, you saw for Epic, it kind of becomes useless at the highest amplifications. I'm not even sure why they exist. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there's a billion of these cards, so I understand why this would be tough to balance and keep varied and keep different from each other. But I think a bit more work going into that would help the game to be more dynamic and interesting, especially because, as you saw, you are seeing the same types of cards over and over and over in each of the rounds. Yes, you're drawing them in different combinations, but if Power Fantasy and Dramatic are always my best cards, I'm going to keep on making the same plays, and the bot is making the same plays. So I do almost feel like 6 rounds is maybe too much. I don't think that it's maybe possible to reach the current goals and objectives in only 3 rounds, 1 go through in the deck. But if there was a way to make that work, I would certainly like that, or kind of a sped up mode, because I'm not sure that 6 rounds holds my interest, but 3 rounds, 1 go through of your deck, I think probably would. So a bit of a mixed bag for this one. Not one of my favorite in the series, but I think it's got some cool thematic stuff and mechanical stuff going on. And if they have a chance to balance it more and clarify the effects more, I think it could be a really good time, especially for those who are big fans of TV shows and know the references and are willing to make their own stories with the card play. All right, so I hope that's helpful, everybody. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, Dan, J. William F., Steve Wren, KCW, Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.